Hey guys, it's Light here, and in today's video we're going to be breaking down character customization and background traits and all the rest of it in Starfield. There is a lot to cover here, so let's just get straight into it. So starting us off, we see this kind of preset selection here. I think there's about 15 different presets to choose from. It is kind of hard to tell, as in the video Bethesda kind of jumped around the presets rather than scrolling through them. Under this, it does say note. Biometric customization can be changed later by visiting a genetics facility. This is obviously going to be like a surgeon, the Starfield version of a surgeon, where we can change our face and body. We're very likely going to have barbers too. And after this, we go onto our body, and here is where things start to get really interesting. Just like in Fallout 4, we have a body slider, which is absolutely fantastic. We also have body type here, so I'm assuming this means we can pick from sort of preset body types like skinny, overweight, regular, muscular, etc. But then looking down here, we can also pick a walk style. Dude, that's insane. I absolutely love this. I think this will be like The Sims, if you guys have ever played that, where you get like a regular walk, a tough guy walk, a feminine walk, a hunch walk, etc. The list goes on. And I know that you're all probably thinking, dude, it's just how we walk, what's the big deal? And well, I just love this. It gives us so much more personality. Now, Todd does say that this is their most flexible character creator yet. However, I still don't have tattoos. Where are my tattoos, Bethesda? How can I possibly create a character that looks like me if I can't? Anyway, moving down here, of course we see skin tone. Pretty self-explanatory. And next we of course move on to our face. Then we go through a few different presets here. We see head shapes in the next section, which is interesting. We haven't seen that in a BGS game before. Much like walk styles, we of course see hair colours and eyes. Now notice how there is a bar to the side here. We can scroll further down, so there is definitely more face options that Bethesda just didn't show off for some reason. I would assume that this is just the regular stuff: noses, ears, mouths / lips, eyebrows, what have you. One thing I will say is that Bethesda didn't show off any sculpting like we had in Fallout 4. I really hope that Bethesda hasn't taken this out of Starfield. Face sculpting was great in Fallout 4, it really helped you make whatever kind of character you wanted. So I do hope that it is here in Starfield. There is a customize button down here, so it could maybe be that, I'm not sure, but for whatever reason they unfortunately didn't show it off. And then of course we go into backgrounds. I am about to cover all of this, which is why this video is so long. Bethesda has definitely taken inspiration from mods such as Live Another Life, so let's go over every single background shown here. I'm only going to talk about the ones that we actually see, not every single one listed on the side menu here, so let's just get straight into it. So first off we have Chef. It reads, while the unrefined masses scarf down chunks by the shipload, you cater to those with a more discerning palate. In your kitchen, countless alien species became true culinary masterpieces. What the fuck? Of course we get free starting skills, which is great. Now I do want to mention we can get all of these skills with any character. We see that later on in the skill section that they showed off. However, we can pick free skills to start from, which is essentially what these backgrounds are. What I mean is, if we pick Gangster, for example, instead of Chef, we'll still be able to unlock the free skills we start off with as a chef, if that makes any kind of sense. Anyway, those skills are: you can craft specialty food and drinks and research additional recipes at a research lab. Next is dueling, where melee weapons do 10% more damage, and lastly, wellness, where you immediately gain 30 points of extra health. And notice how there is a bar here, which Bethesda unfortunately didn't scroll down on. I imagine this shows starting items such as what weapon or maybe even armor you start with, or maybe even which location you start at if we all start at different locations. Okay, and next we have Combat Medic. It reads, leave it to human beings to fight over something as infinite as space. That's where you come in. You've never been afraid to take on the enemy, but you'd much rather take care of your friends. Our starting skills are Pistol Certification, pistols do 10% more damage, Medicine, allow medpacks to heal 10% more, and Weightlifting, increase total carrying capacity by 10 kilograms. Moving on, we have Cyber Runner. It reads, "From Neon to New Atlantis, the megacorps stand as monuments to power, prestige, and profit. You've worked both for and against them on the inside and out, often sacrificing confidence for credits." This definitely gives me cyberpunk vibes, which... oh, well, you know. Now, this one actually is interesting because it does confirm credits will be the name of the currency in Starfield. Anyway, the starting skills are pistol certification again, security, you can attempt to hack advanced locks, and 2 auto attempts can be banked, and persuasion, gain an increased chance of success on speech challenges. Next is cyberneticist. It reads, "The colony war may have made implants and upgrades available to veterans, but you once saw a greater future, humans and machines as one." And this definitely gives me Detroit Become Human vibes, but anyway, the starting skills are as follows. Medicine, again, robotics, you deal 10% more damage to robots and turrets, and lasers. Laser weapons do 10% more damage. And next we see diplomat. The war is over. Peace now resigns to settled systems, but only because there are those quietly fighting to keep it. Because of you, agreements were signed, words were headed, and lives were spared. This one sounds really interesting to me. We can see the starting skills are persuasion again. Diplomacy, you can force a target NPC at or below your level to stop fighting for a while, so this sounds like the intimidation perk from Fallout. And bargaining, buy items for 5% less and sell for 10% more. And that's all of the backgrounds we can see in depth. And now all of these backgrounds are actually really cool and interesting because we can see from this little clip that I'm about to show that whatever you pick will actually be recognized in game.
It says here you spent some time as a diplomat. Having a way with words might prove useful.
Okay, and now on to traits. We do see a lot of these. Starting us off, we have introvert, relatable. It reads, "You really need your alone time," again, relatable. "You have more endurance when adventuring alone, but less when adventuring with other human companions." This also cannot be used with extrovert. Okay, so since it says human companions, I'm assuming this doesn't affect Vasco or any other non-human companions, obviously. We can also pretty much assume that the extrovert trait does the opposite of this, if that makes sense. So we'll get more endurance when we do have a human companion with us. And next we have kid stuff. Now this might be the most interesting one that we see here, at least to me. Your parents are alive and well and you can visit them at their home, but 10% of all of the money you earn is deducted automatically and sent to them. This is awesome. We can visit our parents. Like, come on, dude. I just want to play this game right now. I can't wait any longer. I would guess that our parents will look a little like us, kind of like how Bethesda made Sean look like our player character in Fallout 4. Now here's my problem. I definitely want to pick this, and I definitely want to go and find and meet my parents, but I don't want 10% of my money to go to them, so I'm really torn on this. I'll definitely be trying it out though, because this sounds like the most interesting trait to me. And next we've got Neon Street Rat. You grew up on the mean streets of Neon, you gain access to special dialogue options and better rewards from some missions on Neon. Crime bounty by other factions is greatly increased, and this cannot be combined with any other faction alliance trait. Sounds pretty cool. Next we have Raised Enlightened. You grew up as a member of the Enlightened. You gain a significant discount at the organization store but lose access to Sanctum Universum store. Cannot be combined with any other religion trait. Okay, so I'm assuming Enlightened is some kind of religion, and they just own a store, or maybe some kind of merchandise brand, and Sanctum Universum is another religion. And next we do see the exact same thing, but with the Raised Universal perk. Honestly, I probably won't choose any of these in my first playthrough, only because I don't want to lose access to a part of the game, even if it is a small part. Plus, I don't want to join a religion that I know nothing about yet, so this is definitely a sort of a trait that you would pick after your first playthrough, at least for me. And next we have Serpent's Embrace, yet another religious trait here, so there's obviously a lot of religion in Starfield. You grew up worshipping the Great Serpent. Grav jumping provides a temporary boost to health and endurance, but health and endurance are lowered if you don't continue jumping regularly like an addiction. Dude, that sounds more like a challenge than a trait. I mean, I definitely wouldn't ever pick this. I don't want to jump around every 2 seconds, come on. Anyway, this cannot be used again with any other religious type of trait. I think that it's pretty safe to assume that you can't use any religious trait with any of the other religious traits. And next we have spaced. Your body becomes acclimed to space. Health and endurance are increased when in space, but decreased when on the surface. Now this cannot be used with terra firma? Firma? I think I'm saying that right? Terra firma? So I'm assuming that terra firma is the exact same trait, but opposite. And finally we have starter home. Now I love this one. You own a small house on a peaceful little moon, but it comes with a 50,000 credit mortgage to Galbank. Dude, if you can take out a fucking mortgage in Starfield, oh my god, I love that. I absolutely love that. Think about it, if you pick kid stuff and starter home, it will be like you've already lived a whole life in this universe. You'll have your own house with a mortgage, be able to go and see your parents. Dude, I absolutely love all of this. Now, in the presentation we did see 16 of these traits in total, but there is a little bar, so I'm going to assume that there's about 20 in total. Maybe in a future video we could speculate about what these are and about the ones that Bethesda didn't show us, but for today that is going to do it. I've of course got yet another Starfield video planned for you guys tomorrow, and literally every day for the rest of this week besides Saturday, which will likely be a full out video. Obviously, all of this is subject to change if we get any leaks or news or anything. Anyway guys, that is going to do it. Please hit the like button to show support for the channel. It really does help out smaller content creators like myself, and it only takes a second. Also, if you want to stay up to date on Starfield news, leaks, discussions and content, consider subscribing. We're also hoping to hit 600 subscribers here soon, so your support would truly mean the world. And with that said, thank you all for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next one.